The military has taken over D.C. This is all going down today, August 11th. Yesterday, in a Truth Social post, as you can see, Trump warned the homeless people. He said, get out immediately or you're going to be arrested. He said criminals are going to be arrested. But if you remember the executive order he signed on July 24th, criminalizing homelessness, he's going to go out there and he's going to arrest homeless people. You watch. Okay, 1,000 National Guard members. He's federalizing Washington, D.C. This is where we're at. This is what it looked like last night. He's not going to stop with D.C. It's not going to end there. This is only the beginning. You know, supposedly he's got a big announcement to make about D.C. today and the crime rate at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's in about 5.5 hours, a little less than that. And the thing is that in D.C., yes, it's a city, but it's a safe city. There's some crime, just like all cities, but the crime rate has been down substantially, about 26%. You know, the last 2 years, it's really gotten a lot safer than what it was. This is not about crime. This is about exerting power and control. I will keep you updated on this, but this is what's going down in a few hours.
Breaking news coming in overnight. Just after midnight last night, federal police flooded the streets of Washington, D.C. No press conference, no local coordination, just a quiet federal takeover by executive order. President Trump activated the Making D.C. Safe and Beautiful task force and sent federal agents from the FBI, ICE, ATF, U.S. Marshals, and the Park Police. Here's what you weren't told. These are the same agencies that were recently ordered to report directly to the executive branch, bypassing traditional layers of oversight. They've centralized authority and now they're testing how far they can push this. The official reason? Public safety. However, violent crime in DC is already down by over 25% this year. This isn't about crime, it's about control. It's about the power to override your mayor, your governor, and even your own vote. If they can do this in DC, they can do it anywhere. New York, Chicago, Portland, and even your hometown. This isn't a one-time move. This is a template. A quiet normalization of federal force without your consent. Look it up. AP, Politico, Reuters, The Guardian. This isn't fear-mongering. This is the test.
Oh my God, what the fuck? Oh, they really hopping out. Oh, that shit real. They really coming to your trenches and jumping out and bagging your ass, bro. They ain't all type of shit, boy. What the fuck?
Breaking news, Donald Trump is about to deploy 1,000 National Guard to D.C., and this all comes after he demanded that homeless people immediately move out of Washington, D.C. On Truth Social, he said, I'm going to make our capital safer and more beautiful than it ever was before. The homeless have to move out immediately. We will give you places to stay, but far from the capital. The criminals don't have to move out. We're going to put you in jail where you belong. He literally proposed moving homeless people to high-quality tents on inexpensive land outside of cities while providing access to bathrooms and medical professionals. In other words, high-quality tents on inexpensive land that's outside of cities and has access to medical professionals and bathrooms. Let me be clear, this is straight out of the Nazi playbook. Homeless people were among the groups targeted by the Nazi regime and sent to concentration camps. The Nazis implemented policies against those they considered asocial or work-shy, which included homeless individuals, beggars, and others who didn't fit their vision of productive society. Under Nazi ideology, homelessness was often viewed as a character flaw or moral failing rather than a social problem. And yes, they in turn were sent to concentration camps labeled as undesirable. And here's the worst part. He says, I'm going to make our capital safer and more beautiful than it ever was before. But in order for him to do that, the homeless have to move out immediately. Basically saying that homeless people make the city less safe and ugly, which means they're lowering the value and the quality of the state. As their playbook has always been the same. It is the dehumanization and vilification of a group of people to be able to justify why you're segregating them and expelling them from fucking society.
We have some news right now. Donald Trump could theoretically begin a federal takeover of Washington, D.C. in just a matter of hours. Here's where things stand this morning. Number one, according to Reuters, Trump could be surging up to 1,000 National Guards troops beginning today. No final order has been given yet. Over the weekend, Trump did surge 450 or so more police forces to D.C. Now, D.C.'s mayor, Muriel Bowser, has blasted Trump's suggestion that the National Guard should be sent in, saying that any comparison to a war-torn country is hyperbolic and false. That's after Stephen Miller said that D.C. is more violent than Baghdad. Now, here's the thing. Violent crime in D.C. has actually decreased year to date compared to last year. So any suggestion that crime is out of control in D.C. is just simply not true. I live here. I walk the streets in the morning and at night, late as 2 a.m. I feel safe in this city, and more people need to know that. So spread the word. I'll provide you live updates throughout the day from DC.